challenges. Hello everybody, this is GreekGamer1997 and this is Fallout 4. Now, chances are I'm not going to make a lot of these videos, but I'm going to make at least a few of them because they've been requested. But in case you people who are relatively new to Fallout like me, or people who have been fans of it for a long time, I'm going to show at least some of the stuff that I do win this game. And the first thing we're gonna do is show off the your first settlement. And since I've already played like the first few couple of main story missions, you're gonna miss some stuff. But you're gonna meet your first settlement if you just choose to play the game, the settlement of Sanctuary. So let's go. Shortcut. No, this doesn't look like much, and there are going to be some spoilers. So again, if you haven't played the game, you might want to think twice. But the game technically starts a little bit before the whole apocalypse, and this neighborhood specifically this house over here, it belonged to the character. So it's kind of a shock to be here.
Aren't you? Thought so. Oh, just wanted to say thanks for everything you fellows do.
Hey,
oh,
I appreciate it.
We need more people like you.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Here, I want
This is
you
the
to have
Minutemen.
this. It's nothing much, but I hope it'll help the cause.
Things are tough now, but they'll get better.
Yeah, the Minutemen, they're a faction you'll meet as you play the game, but again, I'll just leave it to you to play the game. For the most part, a lot of the houses are in surprisingly good shape. Like, these houses, obviously they can go, and you can, once again, I'm gonna let you go more towards playing the game to figure this out, but you can build stuff in your settlements, destroy stuff. Like, if it's highlighted yellow, you can't move it, so the only option is to really scrap it. But if it's green, you can move it. Anyways, I already have some plans for what I want to do with my settlement. Like, these empty spaces, over here, I've left them empty for a reason. Eventually I found you can build shops. I just haven't reached the right level or perk yet. But when I do, I'm just going to set them up here instead of just randomly placing them on the sidewalk, because that just seemed to make more sense.
I'll hand it to you. This place isn't awful. It's still a hole, but it could be worse. Just
so you guys know, you'll hate her no matter what. She's always just bitter all the time, and her husband named June, he's just perpetually sad. Anyways, so construction-wise, I haven't really done much for the settlement except provide food. Again, a lot of this will be covered in tutorials, and along with basic defenses here. I'm started to build a bit of a wall that'll eventually span the entire, enclose the entire settlement. But also a little tip, you can't get concrete walls if you just have the game. The only reason I have concrete walls, it's because I got the settlement building DLC. So if you want concrete walls and other different types of features for building and stuff, you're gonna need some DLC. So sorry about that. Anyways, most of this stuff is also pretty basic. When you kill creatures in the wasteland, I'll probably go out and find some. You can collect their meat. I know it sounds gross. And you can cook it. Not really much to do there. Settlements are also a place where you can send your companions, because you can only have one at a time, which I think is kind of stupid, because I haven't played the entire Fallout series. I'm gonna be honest. This was actually my first Fallout game, and it's gotten me hooked into the other games in the series. But from what I can tell, in the other games, you can just have all your companions travel with you at once. So I don't understand why it changed for here. Also, there are stuff that I have kind of complaints about, but then again, every gamer does. because like for me, I'm one of those players where it's been described in an article where I could just skip quests entirely and just treat this game like a first person or a third person, whichever way you want to play it, as another version of The Sims. But there are just so many things that I wish I could change about this game, but again, every gamer has their complaints. I'm just gonna say the ones that are more important for me, like settlement building wise, like namely the population. Like people in the top left corner, you can only get 20 people, and your companions can count as population. So, if you send a companion, it takes up space, which I find stupid. So, I wish like if they could, like, you could just have as much population as you want. Like, you're allowed to build radio stations or some kind of signal towers that'll attract settlers. Like, what I wish you could do is you could just set one up and people just keep coming, and when you don't want any more people, you could just turn it off. Another thing I wish I could do, like, again, maybe there'll be DLC for this, or maybe they'll do this for future installments, expanding territory. Like, this green border, everything within the green border, you can only build within the green border. But like, what I wish you could do is like, if you like have a big enough population, or your level of your own personal level, or if you had levels for your settlement increases, like it would increase. Like you could build like outside of here, like the green would move. Also, like especially because it's gonna be make most sense here. I wish you could like merge settlements that are like close enough together. Like Sanctuary here, this is its own settlement. Just cross the bridge a bit. And that gas station over there called the Red Rocket Station, that's technically its own settlement. I'm not even joking here. See? Because it's so close to Sanctuary, I was so disappointed that I couldn't like mix these settlements together. But again, I'm pretty sure that most problems with these games, like, they usually stem from time constraints than like actual problems. Like the demand to get the game out, but from both the players and the the people back at headquarters want to make money is so great that more often than not games are released, even though they know there are a few glitches that they could get rid of, or there's a few areas they could improve on. So I don't really begrudge developers on these kind of issues. Also, I've only played like the first 2 story missions, and I've already got like a lot of the marks on the map. So just imagine what will happen when I fully explore it. It gets really clustered. Like maybe they could make the map bigger or better organize it. I don't know. But again, I like to think that most of these stem from time constraints than actual creative issues or lack of developments or resources to actually make things happen. Anyways, these are nowhere near the only 2 settlements you can have. You can have, like, as far as I know, multiple settlements. Like here, like these, like usually these like farms, they can become settlements. The next main mission I'm supposed to go is head to Diamond City. It's already marked on my map. I just haven't been there, so I can't fast travel or anything. But honestly, when it comes to these open world games, who really goes for the main missions right away? You procrastinate as much as you can. You level up as much as you can. You get as much gear, the best gear that you can. You upgrade all the perks you can. Like this is the perk menu, like strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, luck. I like to heavily improve charisma because I like to have a large option for dialogue. That's my personal choice. Maybe you guys have a different approach. And then, because some players don't realize this, each different level you get, it unlocks different types of perks. Like I got this from the endurance. Once I finally get that last star, I'll be able to eat and drink stuff without any fear of getting radiation. Or when I fully upgrade this, I'll have even more health, and then I'll begin to regenerate. And like this one is under strength. The higher this is, the more you can carry. Or if you're over encumbered, you could still run, or you can still fast travel. Because until you fully upgrade that specific perk, if you're over encumbered, you can't run, you can't fast travel. You're just stuck going like this. Yeah, and that would be very irritating.
I have so much data on the world fast.
Yeah, and for some reason, a lot of the NPCs, they just don't stop talking. Like, if you even get somewhere near them, they won't shut up. So, sorry if I can't edit that out or anything. This guy, I know he looks harmless right now, but trust me, you do not want to talk to him too often. Cause if you haven't seen the meme, if you haven't played the game, you've probably at least seen the meme of him. I have another settlement for you to rescue. He's that guy. He's like one of the biggest complaints from the Fallout community as far as this game is, from what I'm aware of. So take extreme caution when talking to him after you've done like the mandatory main mission, because you'll find yourself just doing settlement this, settlement that, taking on raiders or finding a new settlement. It's a mess. It's just a mess. Like, okay, so show you some of the more like combat gameplay, I guess. Like, okay, let's find an area that I haven't cleared yet. Okay, okay, I don't need to find a place I haven't cleared. This is the apocalypse. As soon as I leave a settlement, chances are I'll find something that tries to kill me. Yeah, this is a Brahmin. They're basically just irradiated cows. Apparently the apocalypse turns a lot of the wildlife pink. I don't know why pink. I'd assume like red or green to glow from the radiation, but whatever. And again, for those of you like have no idea about this game, this is set in post-apocalyptic Boston. That's why on the map there were places that were marked Lexington, Concord. Diamond City, from what I can tell, that's Fenway Park. Or the baseball field, at least. Get it? Because of the baseball diamond. The game is pretty much set it in an alternate universe where the Cold War never ended, but instead of Russia, it was China. Something tells me Trump would very much fit in well with that alternate America. Anyways, there are different guns. Like, let's see what I have. I have a short double barrel shotgun. Almost no ammo for that though. Dang. Pipe rifle and Righteous Authority. That's a laser rifle. 10mm pistol. A machete. Stim packs. Those are for health. Wow, really? Nothing to kill me yet. Yeah, so sorry if this is currently boring for you guys, but again, if you guys want, I do know these channels that are much better for Fallout than me. Like, at Alternate History Hub, they released this video before the game came out. It has a very brief, or not very, it's about 20-minute long brief overview of what the Fallout series has been so far. But if you want to get a better in-depth history of the lore, go to Shoddycast. They do a lot of Fallout stuff. I'm particularly a big fan of their whole Storyteller series. I'm a subscriber to them on my personal channel, and if I haven't done it yet, I'm gonna subscribe to them through this channel, through the Greek and the God channel, because they are just awesome and entertaining and very factual. I knew pretty much nothing before I saw their videos about this whole universe. Okay, I'm gonna try going to some places I haven't discovered yet. Maybe that'll show you some of the like enemies and stuff that you fight, and like get an idea of like the combat system. Okay, there's a fire. That means there's got to be people down there. Yeah, R1. If you don't like aim or anything, that's me. Okay, yeah, raiders. Let's equip my laser rifle for this. Okay. L1 is the VATS system. I've recently gotten Fallout 3. I've been trying that. In that game and other previous titles, the VATS, they completely stop movement and everything, so it makes this easier. Here it just slows it down so they can still shoot at you while you're doing it. Basically what the VATS are supposed to do is make it easier for you to kill whatever it is. But it takes out of your action points, and those fill up again slowly. And okay, they caught me. Let's take out the turret. And that was a Molotov. Let's throw in my own Molotov. Ah, stupid dog. Anyways, yeah, they got trained attack dogs. Oh, I think that's a Dober. Oh god, they got a guy in power line. I think I just screwed myself here. Really? You're not dead. Yeah, I screwed myself. But that just goes to prove my point that like, you're gonna want to, like, grind a lot before you want to do any story missions. I just bit off more than I could chew. Anyways, the loading screens, they usually have this information. They always have this, like, pretty picture for you to look at, too. Another problem with these, like, again, time constraints, whatever. These loading screens, they can take up to a minute. So that also, and because these loading screens come up whenever you try to fast travel, it also discourages fast traveling. Okay, this is probably something I skipped on looking at the settlements. Benches, where you can like craft stuff. Normally I don't craft one unless it's the cooking stuff, but again, that's just how I play it. You have a different way of playing it, go ahead. You can craft weapons, you can craft chems, which is basically just this game's version of saying drugs. And again, like, if you want to learn more about this kind of stuff, you go to Shoddycast, and I'm going to try to put a link to them either in the description or I'll probably put one up in the comments for this video. But again, check them out, they're awesome. And they have really in-depth lore about this kind of stuff. Really, I was actually kind of surprised. They could tell you what some of these drugs are made of. Like, so, like, some games have pretty deep lore. They can tell you what's in the drugs that your character can take. Oh, what's this? Okay, free drink.
The sun is setting. Make sure to stay warm.
Oh my god, I hate her. Alright, so just for the sake of ending this video, I'm gonna go back to Sanctuary and try building up the wall a bit more. Again, something Trump would probably approve of. Okay, so just to show you, because building with the concrete walls as part of the DLC, it's much easier than building walls than the... Like, if you don't get the DLC, these are the only walls you could really build, the junk fences. They do not connect well. Like watch this. This is what I mean. Okay, I got it really close, but you can't like connect it or anything, or else it goes like red. Concrete. These I just didn't choose to connect because I wanted to keep them even to the floor. Maybe my own personal thing. But for the most part, see? You can like sink them. Really, I only have enough cement to build one part of the wall. Alright. Guess that's better than nothing. Here is the food that you can grow in your settlements. Like, you have to assign settlers to take care of the food, but... And this is a problem that you wouldn't think is a problem as a post-apocalyptic society. I have too much food and not enough people to attend to it. Which is another reason why it pissed me off that you can only have a 20 settler limit. So I'm just going to stop saying it at this point because you're probably sick of hearing me say it. About the whole time constraints or whatever. Anyways, even though we don't have to, I'm just gonna put the character to bed for a little bit, and then, and just so we can have some time pass by and it's morning, and have it be morning. It's a little slow to get the whole thing up, but, On here I just keep some stuff just so I don't have to travel with them anymore. Like there I keep holotapes. Again, you'll learn more about those if you play the game. Here I keep the more stranger weapons that I don't really use. Flare gun that really doesn't do anything until you like advance, like I guess you could call like faction quests because they're different factions. Junk jet, you just shoot all the random junk you carry because there is a junk category for all the stuff you carry. Like all this stuff would go into junk jet. Minigun, very heavy to carry, usually not worth it. Short laser rifle, pain to use because I have to constantly reload it after every shot, and it's a weird like pop goes the weasel crank. Short syringe rifle, never used it, no idea how you would ever use this. Alright, everybody. That's it. That's really it for today. Again, this is probably going to be the shortest video we have, but that's kind of the whole point. I'm not really supposed to do anything, just kind of showing you how this stuff works. Next video, it's again going to be more of introduction stuff, going to show you more about power armor, and then maybe do like a faction quest, because one of the factions is going to be called the Brotherhood of Steel, and they weigh a lot. They wear a lot of this stuff. Alright. Hope you had a good time watching this. Again, I'll put like links, or at least, or hopefully I'll be able to put links in the description or comments to both Shoddy Cast and the Alternate History Hub video for Fallout 4. This is Greek Gamer 1997 signing off.